Hey, I'm so excited. We have gotten to our video number 6, and I hope that you've been learning and growing and you're feeling confident. But I want you to know that, like, these videos are not all that you have. You actually have me to help you. So know that, like, these videos, you've seen me, you've heard me, but please know that, like, those are just a part of. This is a way to help you train if it's hard for us to get together sometimes, or honestly, even if when we're training, I know that for me, repetition helps me. And so you may hear a training and then you go back and you're like, oh, that's what she just taught about. So some of these things, of course, most of these things we will repeat and train again, because as people, we need things repeated. So know that, like, I want you to know that I'm here for you and I will do the best I can. Now, if for some reason you try to contact me and you send me a text and you don't hear from me, that's very rare. But if something happens like that, please text me again, call me, do all those things, because I would never not want to get in touch with you. Just know that. There's got to be something going on, either like, I'm like having some kind of surgery, or I'm out of the country or something, because I will want to talk to you. So never think if for some reason you don't get something back from me. Please always use multiple ways to contact me. I don't always do great with the email, so make sure. Sometimes I don't get my email. I do not know why. I've tried to get that fixed, and I don't know why that is, but for some reason I do have problems with emails sometimes. So especially if you email me and you're like, she hasn't emailed me back, I may not have even seen it. So make sure, call, text, do all the things. And I love working with y'all. This is one of my favorite things to do. So tonight this is our last video, and we're going to, at the end of this video, we're going to share the last word. So if you have been writing your words down, then you're going to have your completed sentence at the end, and you'll be able to send that sentence to me and get a prize. So I hope you've been writing those down. Hope you've been watching. So tonight we're going to talk about a few things, and it was really hard. Honestly, there's so many things that I thought about that we could still do training on, but I wanted to kind of give you the main things. And then I am still always trying to do trainings. We do Zooms on often on Monday nights. We do, I try to do Facebook Lives. I try to do one-on-one. I try to do all those things. So we also have at least the second Tuesday of the month, we try to do at least one in person in Jackson, Tennessee. And I want to increase that. I'm hoping that we can start doing a little bit more. But that also is based on y'all and, kind of like our schedule and when we can all get together. And so, but the second Tuesday of the month is usually when we meet, Tuesday night. And sometimes that's different, just like this just happens to be July when this video is being done, and we're having our on the first Tuesday. So just know that, like, sometimes that'll change, but most of the time reserve the second Tuesday of the month for your in-person appointments, if you can travel to Jackson and see us. So I'm going to kind of start with, I wanted to start with, I did a training on the beginning part of your Mary Kay facial party, and how you can do that. I want to really talk about now, as of right now, we still have a flip chart, and it's wonderful, and I love being able to use that. So I want y'all to know that you could literally pull out a flip chart, and if you don't have one, if for some reason you didn't get the kit and you're building your kit, you can also print that off. I do not remember at this moment where you get that from, but we can find out together if you do not have a flip chart. You can also order one from Section 2. And I think we talked about Section 1 are products that we actually sell, and Section 2 are samples and other items that we use for our business, like tickets and stuff like that. But anyway, all right. So look how awesome this little thing is. So the things that we talked about last time and how we do a party. but I don't remember if I shared Mary Kay's story. So I'm going to real quick go over Mary Kay's story, because that is one of the most important things, is to share Mary Kay's story. So Mary Kay Ash was a real woman. And this is important for you to share with your people. When you have parties, when you have facials, when you have appointments, share Mary Kay's story, because we're the only ones that are here to do that. And Mary Kay really wanted us to just be a light and for people. So Mary Kay Ash was a single mom with 3 kids. Her husband left her in the 1950s, and she worked different businesses out of her home so that she could be home with her kids. And that was not popular back then. Like, that was just starting up. And so she was a woman before her time. When she, after her kids had grown, she did remarry, and she had invested herself in this one particular business, and ended up that she was training these men to do her job that they were having her train. And they started paying these men more than they were paying her. And she had been there forever, and she was training them. And that just kind of woke her up, like, what am I doing? And she went to the boss and asked for a raise. And he was like, Mary Kay, these men have families. And she said, so do I have a family. And so she decided to retire from that business. And she had a new husband who was very supportive. So she began to, she was going to write a book about the best business, and the pros and the cons, and what are the best things about businesses. And so when she started to do that, she took 2 legal pads and started writing down negatives and positives and things that were good to do and things that she didn't like as much. And she and her husband said, that she should probably just start her own business. So that is how Mary Kay started the Mary Kay business. She couldn't get a loan because she was a woman. So she took her life savings that she had saved her on her own. $5,000 back then in 1963 was a lot of money. And she started this business. And I want you to know, I think it was about a month before she opened the doors. Now, I could be wrong on my time, because I can't remember that for sure, but around that time, her husband died, and it was very unexpected. It was very hard, and she said that she did not know what she's already invested this money. She got on her knees, and she said, I took God as my partner, and I knew that I was going to have to, basically, she said he was going to be the one. So those 3 kids that she raised in this business, they would even do, like, they would help her put her products together and help her deliver. Those kids stepped out of their comfort zones and came and helped their mom. And that is how we have the Mary Kay Company. And y'all, they started with 9 consultants. Some of those were her kids. Her youngest son was actually, who just recently passed away. He was like the head of the company, like the it's so funny, I can't think of it, but anyway, he was the one that helped with like the sales and the CEO, and she was, the main person or whatever. Anyway, so she really worked alongside of her youngest son. I think he was like 19 or 20, but he got CEO of the year. She tells in her stories how she didn't think her son would be able to do that. She didn't even know, and how all these things happened. Well, now, as of now, her grandson, Ryan Rogers, is CEO, and that is such a blessing. So I just wanted y'all to know that she started out with 9 consultants, and now we're in over 40 countries around the world, and we're number 1. And now, as of right now, this is 2026, we are number 1. I think this is the 4th year in a row that we've been number 1 in the whole world. So I wanted to share that with you. And then what's really neat, y'all, you can continue to flip, and when you're doing a skincare party, you'll be able to share about why. You'll do an I story. An I story is just you telling in just a few minutes why you started Mary Kay and what your reason is. and how, what you think about the company. And then it has your TimeWise products, and it goes through and tells you exactly what to say. So, and there is more training that I want you to go to on Mary Kay in Touch and use the training that they have. Amazing. We didn't have all that. We had our weekly meetings that we did not miss every week. But now there's so much more. So I want to just show you that. Okay. Goal setting is something that is very important. And one of the things that I would like for you to do is think about something you've always wanted to do. Maybe it's to pay for a trip for your family or a portion of that. Maybe it's to buy a piece of furniture for your house. Maybe it is to make a car payment. Whatever it is, think about what your goals are, and then how I can help you break that down. And so we can sit down and break that down for you. So you want to be specific about your goals. Okay. What exactly do you want to achieve? All right. You want it to be measurable. How will you know when you've achieved it? So like if you're going for, a trip, you're going to know. And then you continue to set those goals for the next thing. You want it to be attainable. Is it something you have control over? And I can talk with you more about that because sometimes we don't understand that, but I can explain about that. And is it relevant? Why is this applicable to your life? And then time-based. When do you want to achieve your goal? So these are all things. And so that's kind of like just a way to think about it. But then once you're in Mary Kay, maybe you choose that you want to be a senior consultant and you'd like to have a team member. I didn't plan that. I didn't even think I was going to be a director. And then just the way things changed, it changed my life. So I want you to be thinking about that. We have things called goal posters. They call them different things. But make some goals and based on some of the goals that you have for your business, how much you want to make, what if there's a salary that you want to replace, you want to start making those goals to do that before you may want to replace an income or a job or something like that, or add to that, whatever your goal is. In fact, we tell you don't quit your job unless that's something you're just like set on. Set your goals, begin to build your business so that if that's something you'd like to do, then eventually you can. Now you can do that if you choose, but it's better to like set your goals and build your business and then do that if that's something you want to do. If you don't, it's fine. You just do this on the side. And we have directors who have other like full-time jobs, and so it's anything you want to achieve is that's up to you. So we have different things. We have a thing where when you have so many recruits or qualified recruits, and I can explain that, but we have little things that can help you with your goal posters, or like by the end of the year you want to have so much in sales, and you can do like a little ladder that goes up to that. So we have so many different ways that you can track that, but you may have your own little ideas, and so I can help you with that. We're actually funny that I know I'm recording this now, but we're going to be doing kind of a meeting like that tomorrow. I hope y'all will hear about that more. Hope you get to come. Anyway, but when you watch this, it may be way down the road, so that's fine. But all right, so those are just some different things I wanted to talk to you about goal setting. All right, the next thing I want to talk about is I did talk to you about goal setting, but some of the things like to be successful in this business, one of the great things that you can do is what's called 3 + 3 + 3. And I don't remember if I've talked about this yet. And if I have, again, it's repetitive, and I hope that you're remembering and you're going, oh, I've heard that. So that's great. So that would be 3 appointments. So 3, we call them pampering appointments is 3 or more. Okay. 3 to 6 usually, depending on, you can do skincare, body care, different types of appointments. But we do have like a skincare appointment is one of the best ones you can do. So 3 plus 3 plus 3. So 3 appointments, and then $300 in new sales, and then 3 sharing appointments where we share the opportunity. Okay. And so that's a great goal to have. If you're just like, I don't know, we'll do 3 plus 3 plus 3. Do that every week. We want to also really be focused on our customers. And as we build customers, we want to, if we told them this is what we're doing, I'm ordering this, and I'm going to have this in by then, or hopefully you may have some things that you've already ordered and you have them on your shelf and you want to start to keep those for those customers. So that's kind of up to you how you do that. And I can talk with you more about that personally. But having products on your shelf is a great idea, for your customers, so that you got, when they call you and say, hey, I need a cleanser, then you've already got that. You're like, okay, I'll get that to you. But we can also do things on our website, right? I know that's also nice, but there are some people out there that want it now. And it's nice to find out who those customers are and make sure that you have those products for them. So really do things for your customer. Write down notes. The company is great that they have, My Customers is where you can go and add your customers to that. And you can put notes under them. You can put what they ordered, all those things. So that's very important to really write down those things and have, just information so that you can go back, even maybe the kids' names or their husband's names, so that you can, when they're talking with you and you're like, okay, who is that person she's talking about? Because she may expect you to remember. But it's nice if you do, or if you can ask, if like maybe her mom was in the hospital and you can write a note, and when you call her next, oh, how's your mom doing? And also be praying for your customers. So it's very important to like really treat them great. And if you really treat your customers special, then they'll remember and they will be more likely to stay with you. And we can share more about that in some of our other trainings that you can see. You'll hear more ideas. If you are interested more in that, please ask me more. Okay. So one of the last things that I'm going to talk about, we did talk about sharing and how we can share facts and all that with our customers. We want to always pick a person from each party to share the opportunity, the career with. And then usually we share with the hostess, okay? Some of the other things you do from your party, it's good to have at least 2 bookings from each party. And you can always do hostess points for that, like how they can, when they have 2 bookings, that basically you think of it like you replace that party, because for the next time it's like and then you profit with your number 2 party, right? So when you're thinking in your head, how can I make this continue to grow and build? You want to have, and the more bookings you have, the better. We do checkup facials. I talked about that. You do the first facial. Mary Kay asks us to do a checkup facial and see how their products are doing. And when you book that checkup facial, you can also have them, you can say, hey, you can earn some for your discounts by inviting others to your checkup facial. And so that's kind of how that works and how it builds and how you continue to grow your business. All right. The last thing that I think that I want to share is a closing. Okay. And so this is great when you're doing a facial or a party, and I'm going to kind of do it as if I'm doing a party. So when I get to the end, I'm going to go around the table. Okay. And I'm going to say, hey, Jane Doe, I would love for you to tell me, what was your favorite thing that you did tonight? Oh, you love the skincare. Great. I know that like your skin looks great. Everybody else, what is your favorite thing about the products that you see on Jane Doe? What do y'all think? Yes, I think her skin is just glowing too. Yes. And each person can share and give. We want to make each person feel great. The next person, whoever that is, April, we'll just say her name is April. So April, what was your favorite thing? And then she shares, maybe she liked the satin lips. And 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 I can say, oh great, I noticed how you love that. Everybody, what's your favorite thing about April and what she has on? And every person gets to share their favorite thing, but they also get a compliment. So that is something that if we don't do anything else, we are building those people. Okay. Then after that, I say, okay, y'all, this is the time that you've been waiting for. I'm going to be sharing everything that we talked about tonight. Here is a Create a Roll-Up Bag sheet. And this is at every facial or party, I always have these. And even if you are doing a one-on-one with me, you still get to use this Create a Roll-Up Bag special sheet. So know that, make sure, that, book more appointments, because anytime anything new comes out, you can still do that. We can do seasonal appointments. We can do new skincare appointments. You yourself can book and have a few friends and earn some product. And y'all, tonight, if you book an appointment, you actually will help your hostess, and she will be able to earn points toward free or discounts. Also, when you book at your checkout facial, you can also invite people and you can book an appointment. So I want to show you this sheet. We did the miracle set tonight, but we have this is our repair set, and there's 5 products that come in this set. And so and you can actually show, I'm just trying to hurry. This is the repair set, and so our price on this is, and now y'all, is actually more than this price. So I'm just gonna say I think I should know this, $230. But anyway, so but y'all, this set actually counts as 4 sets, and you'll understand in just a minute. So if you really want this, if you're really concerned about age fighting and you want to repair more than just age fight, this is the set for you. Okay. If you're just kind of a beginner age fight and you just want to start with some beginner age fighting, then our Time Wise Miracle set is something that you would probably want to try. Okay. And so in this set, you're going to see the repair. Okay. That's advanced age fighting. This one has our Time Wise and also has our eye cream. And this one, you can either get the eye makeup remover or the micellar water with this set. This one counts as 3 sets. And then we have our miracle set. And this has our cleanser and our moisturizer and our age fighting Time Wise 4-in-1 cleanser and the oxygen moisturizer. And then our day and night products that go in this set for age fighting. And this, I will tell you that one of the things that's really important, when you bake a cake, it is very important that you add all the ingredients. If you leave out water, it's not going to be the same. If you leave out an egg, it's not going to be the same. So, right, if you're making a cake, depending on the cake, right? But if you leave out an ingredient, it's not going to be the same. So I'm going to tell you that these products are not going to be the same if you do leave out something. So it's very important to use all these products together. And so you can also, though, if you want to get just the basic set to start, the cleanser moisturizer, you can do that. It won't be as age fighting because when you use the whole set, it's going to work better. Okay. And then also, y'all know, we talked about, and you may have used, sometimes I do the charcoal mask at my parties. It depends on how much time I have and what our focus is. But we have the charcoal mask and we have our new hydrating moisturizer. So this set, you can get it. It counts as 1 set. And then you have our microdermabrasion, and that is going to be exfoliating and more of a physical mask, and your replenish goes, your pore minimizer goes with that. And then I would just keep on sharing all the different sets on. Now this one, the one that you use will be more current. We will, you can get a current page, and you can ask me where to get these, and I can tell you more. There's a national sales director that is wonderful to let us use these that she and her area makes up. She treats us like we're adopted into her group, and we love her. So you can use this page. Now, here's what I want you to get. So once I've gone over the products, I usually go mainly over the ones that we've used that night. Okay. And then I say, now, some of the ones at the bottom of this page we did not use tonight, but you're welcome to purchase these in our sets. And you're going to notice that when you break these sets up, when you combine these sets, you're going to actually save money. Okay. Now, let me show you. We call this a Create a Roll-Up Bag sheet because this is our roll-up bag. And y'all, this is super for travel. It's super just to keep everything together. It is wonderful. And you want to have this bag no matter what you use. I'm just going to tell you. But we want you using Mary Kay, of course. But look at this. It hangs up. These little bags have a zipper here so the products don't fall out when you do that. They come off. You can, if you're going camping and you just want to take your skincare, you can just grab your skincare and take it with you. But it has for all the different pockets. Now, I just happen to have in this one, I have our basic Time Wise cleanser moisturizer. And then this one actually has our oil-free eye makeup remover and our eye cream. And then, but also, you can also put your day and night. I just happened to take it out of this one. And then you could even put your mask in your hydrating mask or whichever sets that you would like to fit in here, but it gives you more space. So then when you get ready to put this up, you just fasten this little thing, little hook, and then you've got Velcro on here and you just take it with you wherever you go. So I really do like to share that, and I do go through as I'm showing them these products because I try to give each one of them. I don't do it. By the way, I do not give every person a lookbook. This is very important. Nobody gets books until the end. And even then, I try to just give them this. And then when they come to me in the close, when they book their checkup facial, they get a book. Okay? So if that helps you, then that's what I do. And that way we focus on this. Now, I go over this. I talk to them about when you choose any sets, any 2 sets, this is only $99. Now, I want you to know that when you do that, you are giving them the discount. Mary Kay is not. You are. So on your weekly accomplishment sheet that I trained on another day, you're going to take whatever dollars that you give a discount and you'll place it under like the profit or whatever, those dollars that it is. So like if they do the miracle set and it's $116, then it's going to be $99. So that's going to be like what, $17 or something. But think about how much you're making. And then the goal is that you're going to keep them happy, and they're going to get a checkup facial with you. You're going to keep them on that miracle set. They're going to always want to come back for more, and you're going to add different body care and mask and different things as they build their own little store in their house, like their own products, I guess you would say. So you will be their store. You are the one who lets them know what we have. Okay. So anyway, I actually explain, and then I say any 4 sets is $199. Again, you're giving them that discount. If you don't want to do that, then you know, that'll be different, but it's better if you do that first time, and then you'll profit every time when they're reordering. Any 6 sets is $299, and then any 8 sets is $399. Okay. And so then you can do whatever special you want with your roll-up bag. It does say an idea on here, but you can do something different. You can change that up if you want to. Maybe even when they get the 6 to 8 sets, they get their roll-up bag half price, or however you want to do that. Okay. So once I get done with that and I've told them all about this, then I say, okay, everybody, you got one of these sheets. I want you to imagine that money is no object. Okay. Let's just have fun and dream. Money is no object. Okay. We're just going to pretend right now tonight. And I want you to circle all the sets that you would take home tonight if money were no object. Okay. If money were no object, circle all the sets that you would take home. All right. Then you're going to give them, you're going to be quiet and let them do that. And then you're going to say, now, as you do that, I want you to make sure when you come, every person is going to come see me in just a minute. We're going to take turns. Your hostess is going to, she's going to do a special satin hands treatment on each person. And and she's also going to serve refreshments. Okay. While she's doing that, I will be talking to each one of you. So I want you to think about who needs to leave first. Okay. Is there anybody who needs to leave first? Okay. Oh, nobody? Okay. Who just is excited to be the first one to talk to me and ask questions? Okay. Okay, great. Jane Doe. Oh, good. Okay. So I would have already talked to the hostess ahead of time when I was coaching her and found out where does she want me to meet with each person. And I individually meet with every person. Okay. There are different ways but most of all the time that you want to do a individual close with each person. Okay. Then when they get over to you, however that would be, you're going to look at their sheet and you're going to say, okay, did you run your sheet over? All right. And you're going to have a ticket and you're going to have their profile that they filled out. And you're going to have your calendar. Okay. And you're going to say, okay, I said if money were an object, which ones did you circle? And they're going to show you, some of them will say the whole page. And then I would say, okay, I know money is an object. So tell me, let me know, just tonight, what would you like to take home to purchase tonight for real? That's going to help our hostess. And which set? And I always say, which set? Okay. Which sets? You want to say sets. Not like, what do you want to take home? Which product? No. Which sets would you like to take home tonight? Okay. That's one of our best ways because number one, using the skincare as a set, they're going to be much happier with you and they're going to come back because they're going to see a change in their skin. Okay. Which sets do you want to take home tonight, right? Okay. Then you say, okay, I see that you also circled these. Let's say you circled the color set. Let's go ahead. When do you want to do your checkup facial? After they have paid you for whatever sets they're getting, you fill your ticket out. Then when is the best time? Is a week or weekend better for your appointment? Okay, great. A Monday. Okay, good. Is daytime or nighttime? Okay, nighttime. Okay, great. 6 or 7. Okay, great. Okay, at your party, at your facial, it is just as easy for me to do more people, and it actually helps you earn free stuff, and you get to have fun with your friends. You can share this appointment with others. Now, notice I didn't say you can do a party because people will often be turned off or run. Some people are not, they love it, but share your facial with some friends. And so then you go through all that, like, okay. And then you're going to go ahead and schedule that checkup facial with every person. Okay. And then you can, if she wants to do it by herself, she can do that. If she wants to invite others, it's going to count as a booking for the hostess. And you will also tell her, okay, if you can make me a list within 24 to 48 hours, I would love that. Oh, wait, did you, on your profile, when we had a time when you did your mask and I did a race, did you fill that out with names? Oh, great. You already got 10 names on there. Good. We've got these names and numbers. Okay, I'll call you within 24 to 48 hours and see if there's anybody else that you want me. And just make sure and tell your friends, it is no big deal when I call or text them. I just need to know about their skin so I can have their tray ready to pamper them when they come. Tell them not to worry. That's just going to be a fun conversation. And I just want to be able to pamper them better. Okay, great. All right. So then you have sold the product. You've actually, the things that they circled that they didn't purchase, then you're going to say, let's say they didn't they circled the charcoal mask, but they didn't get to get it that night. Then you can say, at your checkup facial, when you have others, I can help you earn those products, okay, at least at a discount or free. So let's figure that out. So then when they have that, you schedule it. you find out your place or theirs, all those things that, and that's based on you also. But there you go. That is the way to do a close and with each person. And then I also say at every skincare class, Mary Kay Ash herself asked us, told us that there is at least one person who would be a great Mary Kay consultant. And tonight I picked you. I'm wondering, you may not be interested at all. It's totally fine. But I would love to have my director share with you, because guess what? When I get her to share, I get she's great. I'm talking about myself. Don't y'all know that? She's really good to work with my people, and they always just enjoy it, and they don't feel pressured because she just loves everybody. And you could be a customer, or you can stay a customer, or if it's something that you hear and you're interested, you could also be a talent scout if you're not interested. But so just know there's no pressure. But I also I love to win. I get to win some prizes whenever I get some people, and it's most of all it's a practice for me with my director. And she gives me earrings. There's some earrings I can win. There's a bracelet. There's a necklace that I can win. And all you have to do is just think of like 3 or 4 questions that you have about a Mary Kay career. Even if you're not interested, it's totally fine. You could even tell us you're not interested. It's totally fine. And it still counts. So when can we schedule that? And now know that, like, even after you're not new anymore, you still want to pick those people and share a few facts with them. Okay. So I'm very excited about you getting started. Make sure and contact those people back. You can actually have a little hostess packet. You want to give every person who books at Checkup Facial, if you can, have a lookbook and give it to them. And that way they're ready at their Checkup Facial. They can be thinking about, what are some things, I want you to think of some things that you have questions about the products, and we can also talk about that in 24 to 48 hours. And then I want to know how your product's doing whenever I get there for your Checkup Facial, and I want to be able to pay for all your friends. So thank you. All right. So I hope that helps. And if you have to, you can play this video over and over. I know you love to hear my voice, right? No, but for real, that's what I did. I mean, of course, I couldn't necessarily do that, but I had tapes that I played over and over so that I could get better and learn. And that's the way I started. I didn't know a thing. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just so thankful to be able to learn this business and be successful. And so little would I have known that I'd be a director all these years later and get to work with you and all the other people. So I hope that this training helped. I'm making sure, double checking that we did talk about everything. I want you to let me know things that you want to be trained individually on, and it may be something that others, so I may share some, like there may be something that you say, hey, I want training on this. And then you may hear me do it also. There may be other people who need to hear that, but also one-on-one, I'm glad to work with you and us work together. Okay, now we are ready for our number 6 word, and I'm trying to find it. I'm making sure that I pick the right word, that I say the right word. Oh, don't you all love that I just forgot what the last word was? Okay. So where's my notes that has that on it? I love y'all. You're going to be laughing at me when you see this. Okay. The last word, number 6. And you're going to be able to write the whole sentence down. Go back and make sure you have them all right. Training. Okay. Training is number 6 video word. So now I will know that you actually did your training by telling me the whole sentence. All right. So go back, finish that sentence, send it to me, and then we will get you a fun prize. And make sure that you're keeping up with all the company prizes they're doing. And if you're like, I don't know, talk to me more. I can help you keep up with those things. I do send out a newsletter. If for some reason you don't get it, make sure and let me know that. I've had some people's coming back. I don't know what the deal is with mail, but anyway. So you should get monthly communication from me through that. And then hopefully I would love to talk with you as much as you would like. Hopefully weekly we're keeping up or more. And please talk with me more. Let me know what your favorite things were about this training, what helped you the most, so I can remember those things, and also things that you felt like maybe that you would like to know more about, so we can talk more individually. All right. God bless you. Beverly's Believers is a great place to be. I'm thankful you chose me, or you chose your recruiter, and I get to be blessed with you also. And know that, like, if I'm not your personal recruiter, and one of my team is one of your recruits, that I am also here just as much to train you. I'm here to help. And sometimes your recruiter may have a full-time job, and so that's hard for her. So know that that's my job, to be able to train you and help you. And I want to help you right where you're at. So keep in touch. God bless. Thanks for watching. I'm excited to see you grow and be the best you can be. Bye.